Yeah, last time on Danganronpa, we spent some of our free time with a few characters. We did spend time with Hina. And I think we spent time with Hiro as well, if I remember correctly. And then things evolved. We were in our bedroom, sleeping. And we were called to come to the recreation room. And inside it, we saw Sakura just sitting there and locked inside. We had to just like break the glass from the door to open it. And when we got inside, we realized that Sakura was already dead. So it is investigation time again. So, let's do this. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in a rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. Ooh. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Wow, that is alright.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be challenged. Why is that?
so
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from the inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
in other words,
This is a classic lockroom murder. Lockroom murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when you lock the room, is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method, seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we had to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or a tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that will allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. I don't think that applies here. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe, but...
it's true.
Nah. And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually locked room at all. Many times that Discord has shown me your streaming and reminds me what a day of the week it is. Wow! So, what day is it today? Monday or Thursday, Ben? Not a locked room.
In other words,
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. Oh please, I've gotten you to laugh at a lot worse. I know. That is true. The way the killer set up the lock room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Oh boy. Alright. Alright, we have a few things to look around. Wow, that is a lot of things to look. There's hands on that locker. The locker's open, and there's and there on the inside, it's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I see someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the lock room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped up and joined the rest of the group. No, I don't think that happened.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before you opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah, it was already opened. Yeah. Yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Oh boy. I do like how they have good memory about this. I think if it was me, I would be just like, was it? Was it open? I don't remember. Oh, there's some red shards on the floor. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Well, I did see that there's... yeah. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. Yeah, let's play chess. Monokuma, this is... Why is Monokuma riding that horse? It doesn't sound that good. Just say it. It's a Monokuma figure. I know it's supposed to be a knight, but I do call it a horse. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There we go. Yeah, because there was more bottles in there. I remember I'd seen more. There was like, what, 6 of them? There are 4 red bottles lying on the shelf. Yeah. So there's 2 missing. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles with lots of patience. That's what happened.
So...
It's so different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Yeah. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and Monokuma figure are the evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Monokuma being so incredibly vain as to having his own action figures is both unexpected yet wholly unsurprising. Listen! You can see Monokuma merchandise everywhere. Look at that Monokuma there. Like, even the coins that we've been using to get those those gacha things. They are called Monokuma coins. There's like Monokuma everywhere. It's like the mascot. That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. But there's blood in here. Why is there blood in there? There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far from where she died? I don't know. There's a thing down there. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like him. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Wow! Wow, no share. No share at all. Monokuma is the OTT version of what influencers do. Monokuma in a bottle, a song by Sting, should be a thing. Just putting that out there, you know. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on him. You really like them that much. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try word for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Oh. Why are you putting the cursed emote, Ben? Stop with that. You stop with that. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. Because it's glorious. That's so glorious. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Hina just became 1100% more relatable. I mean, finding a box of candy, taking the entire box of candy, numbing all the candy. There we go. So it's 2-1, Bianca. Probably 3-1. What the? What? What? Why are you counting stuff like that? I don't know, this was a competition about things at this point. I don't know. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. Oh my god. Ash! Don't do it as well.
so...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. That's true, she loved it. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. Oh my god. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of healthy stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab. Ah, I'm just...
Just a second.
But that's strange. What is?
Hey.
You see that? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside. Oh, I see what she means.
Correct.
Yeah, but they aren't just scattered around the can. They are also underneath it. Which they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be underneath it because we broke the glass. If that was already on the floor when we broke the glass wouldn't go underneath it like that. That's sus! Excuse me. It's cold. My nose is melting. That's it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Alright, well, I guess we should check Sakura herself now. Oh boy. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma files, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. Oh boy. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Don't you dare do something against Sakura. That's not interesting. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Right, I think we did everything. Talk with Kyoko, maybe? But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I will say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? Oh boy. They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, that they would need it to if... certainly they would need it to if they expect to stand any chance against her. Sakura was drugged by the killer. That is an option. Let's talk with Hina. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file says she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stop her by force even, this would never have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Well, it explains why she was taken down without much of a fight and explains the protein bottle. A bit, doesn't it? But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Well, Byakuya! Listen, we need to talk. What do you want? You bother me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Why are you keeping this secret? Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do... what it... Oh my god, I can't read it. But what fool would do what it said and was being killed by that monster? She is not a monster. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Rude! Well, I think I need to find the others then. Wait, I can't leave? I can't leave? Maybe I need to talk with Kyoko again. Yeah, she says the same thing.
Certainly.
I saw Sakura, I saw that. I saw that, I saw that. I saw everything! Why can't I leave? Oh, the chair. Do I need to see the chair? Oh, yeah, the chair, yeah. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was in the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created a locked room door from the inside and not from the outside. Right.
Listen.
Oh, there we go. I had to check the chair. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then
you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's decided. She's got a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Alright, so we need to talk with Hiro and Toko, and let's talk with Toko. Oh, that's Sayaka. Remember Sayaka? Boy. Press the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Why is she reacting again the same way as before?
Who's there?
Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Like a snake. What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked you to meet with you. Oh boy.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said too, didn't I? Hey Neo, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared. So I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. That is... yeah. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Oops. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Well, nobody has seen her, apparently. I think everyone is sus! Oh boy, where is Hero? Wow, Hero is the guy that's like, I know this was a Fumi's bedroom. Hero was in here. Here was Leon, and here was Sakura. Like, Hero now owns this section. He's the only survivor of this section. Are you going to be next, Hero? I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
Oh, do you know about that?
Could it be?
What? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well... when she asked me to meet with her, of course. She sent you a note, so... yeah. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. He doesn't know how to lie. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. He was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Oh, sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something floated to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Why are you lying, Hiro? Why are you lying? Hiro is never the killer because he's too dumb to be. Also calling the deceased ogre rude. Yeah, pretty much. He is lying. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there. That's all there was to it. Yeah, that's the candy. That's the candy that we found nearby Sakura. That Hina gave it to Sakura. So this is sus. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Alright, I think we're going to the chem lab. I'll just go fast. It's on the 3rd floor, isn't it? There we go. My sus senses are tingling. I get that every beacon stream. Wow! I am I am... Wow. Just wow. I am sus now. Wow.
What?
What the fuck are you doing here, Byakuya? Makoto, did you have your eye on the cam lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Slap him! Slap him right now! Slap him right now! Oh boy, there's something in here. Oh, there's stuff in here. Like powder on the floor. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. And shall leave it like this. I should probably take a closer look at it. Byakuya's probably hoping to go full Breaking Bad in a cam like you just know it. He's just like, oh yeah, I'm your master. No, slap the hell out of him. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. Yeah, pretty much. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step on it. Yeah, because someone has stepped on it. Right, these are footprints, and they're only in the front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We need to. We may need to sketch out the full plan. By we, do you mean me? 100% Sonic Adventure to stream again? No. How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Wow, that's fine. That finger there. Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
See.
So when you look at this, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business or at the leftmost shelf. That drawing, I'd rated mostly adequate. There we go. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto, are they yours? No?
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. It's not unfortunately, dude. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are really a valuable clue. Yo! Bonk. You're getting bonked in the head. Today is the bonk to the head day. Thank you so much for the 100 bits.
Cheered X100.
Thank you so much. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. I bet this is all a giant plot just so Byakuya can indulge his interest in feet. Maybe. Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. I see something in there that it shouldn't be protein. There's one with a skull in there. So... That is weird. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number, but that one says C. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it in here on accident?
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? It's time to cast your votes.
It's punishment time! Hey Colleen, how's it going? Welcome, welcome on in. Could someone have put in here on accident? I don't know. What is on B? So on the shelf is... It looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, but put simply they're used in experiments to bring out the chemical reaction. I'll have you lived in such ignorance for so long. It must truly be a bliss.
Real Colleen.
Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suit you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. Right, how about the C one? On this shelf is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. Poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A as dietary supplements, Section B as reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was the bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh boy. Well, still, what am I missing? Oh, there's a bottle in there. Oh. There's a broken bottle in the front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Alright. Still? There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in the front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the prints, whoever it was only went for the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Alright. I thought I'd take a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Alright. Let's go. I think Byakuya will just stay there. There we go.
Hey.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toka and Hira told me.
I see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient, someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. According to Kyoko, there's something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off in space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew,
There's no getting around it. Like me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ugh.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. Oh, poor Sakura! 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, would you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. God damn it, Ben. Benjamin, behave yourself! I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Well, it is true. Well, she did say to check the magazines. You mean all those platinums and not one of them is a Yakuza one? Ben! Stop pulling, Colleen! Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? Oh, it's the freaking thing, the pretty princess pudgy thing.
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... Oh, it says Toko. I guess Ash is more hardcore then. The man is onto some... Here we go, Team Bully. Team Bully attacks again. On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood. In bold bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used her finger to write it. used that finger to write it. So it's... But Sakura's hands are spotless, so it wasn't Sakura. Because she said it. A dying message.
However,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it. She's the killer, right? Oh my god, Hina! Well, it has been confirmed, yeah. It's settled, she's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Listen, the first one was way too obvious, wasn't it? So... But, like, it wasn't Sakura who wrote it, because her hands were spotless. She didn't have, like, even... Yeah, blood on the tip of the finger, so... Yeah. I think Bianca's the killer. I think Ben did it. I think Ben or Ash did it. Yeah, exactly. I think they both did it. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. I don't know chess. I don't know chess. So I feel like the knight is missing and we found the knight, right? So is it like the queen that's missing? Is that the queen or is that the king? I don't know. I know there's the king, the queen, the bishop, knight, there's the pawn, and I don't know what the tower is. Listen, I know about this world. I play freaking Deadly Premonition, so in the way I learned it. There's a thing on Deadly Premonition that, yeah, there's a puzzle there, which is way too obvious how you solve it, really. So I remember, like, the parts being told many times in my freaking brain to the point that I just, yeah. Hey, Jeff Yard, how's it going? So, yeah, there we go. I don't know. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me. It's not just because you don't trust me, right? That's the face of someone who doesn't trust us. Right there. No answer. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Yeah, there we go. I think the situation that she's more pointing it out is Sakura was hit twice on the head. And there's 2 bottles missing, so she was hit twice with 2 different bottles.
Hey,
Actually, there's one more thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
And you gather all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle. Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so she hates Byakuya as well. To a degree, look at her being all high and mighty, the absolute state of her. Look at her being just like, I saw it, and Byakuya's not here, so I don't even give, yeah, don't care. Who cares about Byakuya? You can do whatever, don't care.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Don't get cut, Makoto. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, they're balanced. Yeah, it's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight. It could, because there's like bigger pieces and smaller pieces, so... It's more or less the same weight, yeah.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, the normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. I know why. Because the thing is, Sakura was hit twice. Like, according to Kyoko, through her analysis, she saw 2 blows on Sakura's head. So one of those times that she was hit, the person that did, or like, yeah, like one of the like one of the figures, they noticed one of the figures and they just removed the figure, I mean, and the other one was left behind for some reason. I don't know. Aren't there 6 different pieces in chests? 4 on the shelf, 1 broken. Equals 5, so 1 missing. Yeah, the thing is, 2 bottles were broken. And now we are proving that, because what we gather is supposed to be a bit lighter or the same weight as the bottle, not more heavy. So we have more glass pieces than the bottle itself. And we're still missing a figure, so yeah. The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Yeah, it's a bit obvious what happened here. Oh boy! There we go. I think I will do a bit of the trial, did I? I don't want to stop it right now. We'll do a bit of the trial. I probably won't finish, but I'll see.
You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Yeah, let's do this then. It's already time, but the mystery of the lock room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen.